Hello everyone, xHedra here, bringing you episode 22 of Galactic Science, a mud pack by Kathleen. So in the last episode it became evident that I need a lot more lava, so in my time lapse I crafted Pure Awesomite Block for all of my crucibles so that I really could jumpstart my lava production. Also, I kinda got tired of having to go in the corners to jump, so I finally crafted 3 elevators, one at this level, one for this level, and one for outside, like this. So now I can really easily go everywhere. The only problem I might have is I'm going to need to put some glass around here so I can really see if it stays, or just, make a clock maybe. Dumb solutions are always sometimes the best. So let's go back downstairs. And also, I made the mob farm here. And it brings me to a tip and trick from Sounding Fiber 64, which I really did not know. See here, it says I need 11, and the 11 is the living matter. I thought that it meant only oak leaves, which is why I crafted some, and I harvested some more. But let me take 1 second and show you the tip and trick from Sounding Fiber. I'm going to grab just a little bit of cellulose right here, and I'll grab a stack, and I'll go upstairs because what I did is I grabbed 4 stacks of cellulose and I crafted some oak leaf. But each oak leaf are 4, whereas 1 cellulose gives me 1 oak sapling, and it seems that I can put oak sapling into the matter beamer. So let's try that right now. I'm going to grab 1 of these, and now I'm looking at this, and the living matter is 62. Let me put 1 oak leaf here and let it decompose, and I went from 62 to 63. If I put an oak sapling, what do I get up to? 63 to 64. So for the cost of 1 cellulose, I get the same cost as putting 1 of these oak leaves. So I'm probably still going to put the oak leaf in there because I harvested them, but from now on I'll just craft some oak sapling when I need to. It's so much cheaper, there's no reason not to do that. We're going to leave this setup alone because that's not what we're going to be concentrating on today. I made a mistake. I set that up here because I wanted to get my trees directly to the decomposer. And by the way, I disconnected this because it was using too much power and my sieves were running out. And I want to get some Desh. Oh, already 26 Desh ore. So I disconnected it for the time being. But if you look at this, I have all of the syngas that I need for now. This is full, this is full, this is full. And this was basically just making more stack. Look, 160. So it's not a problem right now. The problem I have is that, if you remember, I told you I wanted to build this machine back where my Fission and Fusion machine were because they're going to need a lot of power. But I didn't do that. So now I'm kind of stuck with a powerless setup. I have a temporary solution for that. And it's something I've been meaning to build, and it's even one of the quests. So if I come back here and I go to more power, one of the quests is external source, and it wants us to craft a capacitor bank. What we did right now, we made a couple of basic capacitor bank, but this one wants us to make a capacitor bank. It's going to give us a machine chassis or an octadic capacitor. This is more expensive, so that's what I'm going to pick. So let's craft our capacitor bank. For a capacitor bank, I'm not going to write it here because it's not a very important craft, but we're going to need 4 electrical steel, which I already showed you how to make. The electrical steel is iron plus silicon plus crushed coal, if I remember. And let's just press R on it, just so that I can show you again, because we're not, crushed coal. So I'm going to need 4 electrical steel. I'm going to need 4 double layer capacitor, which I need to craft, which are going to require 8 energetic alloy and 4 crushed coal. So let's see if I still have 2 coal. So let's crush 2 more coal right now. I'm going to put them in the sag mill just to be able to get things done as fast as possible. Then I'm going to need 8 capacitor. So 8 capacitor is 8 copper. 8 copper like so, and I'm going to need at least 16 redstone for these, but I already calculated everything else that I need. I'm going to need 33 redstone. So let me get my 33 redstone right now. We're also going to need some gold. to make the capacitor. So we need 4 gold for the capacitors, but I also need 8 for the energetic alloy. So I need 12 gold. And I'm running a bit low on gold because I wanted to make that setup. That might have been a mistake, but you know, we'll live with it and we'll do the best we can. Then I finally need the 8 glowstone. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So that's everything I need for my capacitor. Let me grab a couple of stack of glowstone because I want to refill this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and let me get rid of this 32 again. So I'm going to start immediately making the energetic alloy. 1, 2, 3, 4. So 8, 8, and 8. Perfect. So the energetic alloy is being processed. During that time, I'm going to continue the rest of the craft. I'm going to need 1 redstone block for the final craft of the capacitor. Now I need my my capacitors. So I'm just going to click them in because I don't want to waste too much time on this. Capacitor, right here, we're going to need these. So 8 of these, and now I have my 4. I'm just waiting for my energetic alloy basically, which is taking a little bit more time. I should have started it earlier. But I have everything that I'm going to need for the rest of my craft. So the other thing that we wanted to look into creating today is the QED. So here's the here's the recipe for the QED. We need to craft, let me stop, perfect. We need to craft a QED, which is 2 Eyes of Ender, 1 crafting table, 1 diamond etch computational matrix, 5 ender infused obsidian. And we need at least 1 ender flux crystal because that's what powers the QED, which is an Eye of Ender and 4 ender infused obsidian. So to craft all of this, I'm going to need 6 ender pearl, 3 blaze powder, 4 wood plank, and 12 obsidian. Okay, let me check quickly. Yeah, this is finished. I'm going to finish the craft and then I'm going to grab everything for the second craft. I'm going to make my 4 double layer capacitor and, oh no, not the vibrant, this one. And then I can just make it like this. And this is 5 million. So the beauty of this, I'm going to go downstairs and I'm going to connect it to my advanced generator right here. And this is going to fill, and I'm going to let it fill with 5 million power because then I can move it to the fission or fusion machine and that should help us craft a lot of stuff. So let's look into what we needed. If you remember in the last episode, in a couple of episodes ago, I had made some of these because I wanted to start working toward the quarry. That's before I decided to do the builder's block based on recommendation from Sounding Fiber 64 and Creator 8. So here's what I'm going to do right now. I'm going to use, I need 1 diamond edge computational matrix. I'm going to use the one I crafted already. I need a couple of ender infused obsidian, so I'm going to grab this. So now I'm going to grab a couple of ender pearl. I'm going to need some blaze powder. Where did I transfer my blaze rod? Oh, it was right here. So I'm going to grab 1 blaze rod. And I think that if I put the blaze rod in the sag mill, I'm going to get a lot more than if I just break it down. I should have checked the NEI before, but 4. Yeah, I think it would have given me only 2 if I broken it down normally. Let me get rid of the gold nugget, and next time I have to start using some of the gold nuggets that I have. Oh, one of the thing that we need also is obsidian and the wood plank, so let's grab the wood plank. Oh, I got 4 wood plank right here. I'm going to use those to make my crafting table. What else did we need? We needed 2 Eyes of Ender, so 2 Eyes of Ender like so. We needed a diamond etch and 5 ender infused obsidian. So the ender infused obsidian, if I remember correctly, is an ender pearl around 4 obsidian. So let me grab 4 obsidian right here, and that should be enough. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 1 ender pearl. So we're saving some crafting because we already have these. So let's do the QED first. QED, like so. And now we need a flux infused flux crystal something right here. And oh, I still need to craft 4 more. Okay, so it was a very precise craft. I needed 3 sets of this, so I'm basically saving 4 obsidian right now and 1 ender pearl. So let's do the ender flux crystal, and no, I'm missing 1 more ender pearl, so I'm saving 1 of the 6 ender pearl. I still need the other Eye of Ender like this, and the Ender Infused Obsidian like that, and we have an Ender Flux Crystal. So now, where can I put this? You know what, I'm going to put this close to where we have all of our Desh. I'm going to grab one stack of this, I'm going to move down, and it's going to be a slow processing system, but it doesn't matter for now because we're not going to be crafting a ton of this. And I put an Ender Flux Crystal next to it, I put 64 coal in it, then I'm going to grab my 14 Desh ore here and my 13 here and put all of this in here. And it's going to slowly, oh my god, this is such a slow mechanism, but you see that it's working because you see that the Ender Flux Crystal is sending power slowly magically to it, and it's going to process very slowly. But see, this is already 20, 40, 60, 70, 81 Desh ore, so I'm going to have to come back here and grab some at some point. But it doesn't matter, we're going to be progressing with our creation of Desh ore, so we're going to be able to move forward. In here, I now have 3 million is going to be good enough. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to grab this when it gets to 3 million. It's charging at 400 RF per tick, and I don't know if it's because the limit, because now that it's empty of energy, it's the speed at which it's producing it. Okay, so let me just grab that and bring it upstairs. And the reason I need to do this is that I want to start working on a mob farm. And for my mob farm, I need some cursed earth. So let's look at cursed earth. Cursed earth right here. It's dirt around a nether star. But if you remember, nether star can be crafted in a chemical synthesis machine and 60,000 RF. I need the helium, which is not a problem, the carbon, which is not a problem, and the hydrogen, which is not a problem. The only problem is the Copernicum. And it's a double problem. I'm going to show you why it's a double problem. If I go back here, I think I have some Copernicum. I think we got some by sieving. No, we don't have any. I remember getting one, I thought, but I don't have any. But the problem with Copernicum, let's look into it. Oh, and I double click, so I don't want to do that. Okay, Copernicum. Copernicum is extremely radioactive, okay? And it's 112. The problem with the radioactive stuff is, you see how these two plutonium are not stacked one over the other? That's because they are different timestamp. And I need 16 Copernicum that stacks one over the other. Like, that's super important, I think, if I remember correctly. There's one way around that. It's crafting it. So I'm going to need some lead. And that's where fission starts, fusion starts being very important. So I'm going to need 30, so 16, 32. I'm just going to need 2 of these. I'm going to put one back. And I'm going to need some zinc. Do I have some zinc? Oh, yes, and I have much more than enough. Okay, so I want to make 2 nether star. But I'm only going to be able to do them one at a time. So let's start with the first one. So I'm going to grab 32 zinc. 32 zinc. Like so. And let me grab my 32 lead from the decomposing. My decomposer is back here like so. And now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the fusion machine. And I'm going to show you why. Okay? So I'm going to put only half. So half of the lead and half of the zinc. Zinc is 30. Lead is 82. 30 plus 82 is 112. And there's like something magical that happens in the chemical fusion chamber. Stuff doesn't start decaying. Or if it does start decaying, as long as you're adding item to it, they stack continuously. And like I told you, this is going to cost 112,000 power, which means I needed close to 2 million to make half a stack. I'm just going to look at my power. It's almost all transferred in it. I'm just going to throw this in here and voila, 16 in one shot. And just by looking at the power, I think I can do another 16 right now. Yeah, perfect. So I have 11 minutes now to do my craft. So I'm going to leave that alone, and I'm going to go grab all of the rest of the stacks that I need. So hydrogen is downstairs. Where's my nether star? Now I need to rush a little bit. I should have prepared the rest before. That was not the smartest thing that I did. So I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 6 stacks of hydrogen. And I have 255 here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Perfect. I'm going to go back up and put this immediately in the synthesis, the synthesis machine, like so. 4, 5, 6. 6, I said. I'm going to then need the helium. I'm going to need 1, 2, 3, 4 stacks of helium. Helium is 2, so it's on the other side. How many do I have? None. Whoops. So that was a potential mistake. Do I have a lot of 4s? Because I can always break down some 4. I think BE is 4. Yeah, I'm just going to break 2 stacks of beryllium down. So this is going to give me 2 stack. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which I'm going to bring back right here and put in the chemical synthesis machine. 1, 2, 4. And then I'm going to need 2 stacks of carbon. 1, 2. Well, I grabbed 3. Let me put 1 back in. Perfect. Let me put that in here. 1, 2. And I'm going to be out of space, but that's not really a big problem for now. So HE. 1 here. 1 here, 1 here, 1, oh, don't need that, and here I need 1 stack, perfect. 1 stack of carbon right here, and 1 stack of H, 2 stack of H, 3 stack of H. Now all I need is the Copernicum. I'm gonna grab it, and it has 9 minutes left. So let's just, I'm comfortable now with 9 minutes being able to complete the rest. But that was kind of worrying. So 16 and put it here. Et voila, 1 nether star. And I'm going to scan it immediately to the book. So we finally have our 1 nether star, which is the completion of 1 quest again. Oh, I forgot. I did craft the capacitor bank. I forgot to pick this. Let's take the octatic and claim the reward. Then let's go back here. And I was bad in math, but we have I don't really miss him. We've crafted the nether star. And we have 2 potential broken spawner. I don't know which one is which. It doesn't really matter because we're going to use the broken spawner to transform it into an Enderman broken spawner. But let's grab this one and claim that reward. And it's a blaze broken spawner. Okay. Let's put that aside for now, and we're just going to craft the other nether star right now before it's too late. Ooh, I don't have any easy thing to break down. So the other solution is to break down oxygen, because oxygen is going to break down into 2 stacks of BE, like so. So 1 stack, 2 stack that I can then break down into my 4 stacks of helium. And thank God these things are inexpensive. Oh, and see, I'm out of power. Just as I was saying, thank God these things are not expensive. Well, they're expensive enough that I'm having a problem with power. So I don't think I need that much power. I have a quick solution for this. Boom! Breaking that off and putting this one here for now. And I completely forgot something, and at least it's working here. So this is a tip and trick from Duncan Webb. Supposedly, I was not doing the capacitor bank properly because the aluminum wire, they don't automatically pull out from a capacitor bank. So for it to pull out properly, you need to set the top side as an output, like so. And now, do you see it's going down? Before it wasn't going down. Why? Because it wasn't pulling anything from it. So we are going to have to run back to the Mars base and actually set that properly. But in the meantime, I'm just going to go here and set that down so I can finish my craft. So I'm going to get this, and I'm going to get my other 2 stacks. Oh, this is going slowly because I have to wait for it to charge. And this, and finally my other stack. Perfect. So now we have everything for a second nether star. So let's put that in here. Helium, 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 Copernicum, and second nether star. Perfect. So now we have 2 nether star. And the reason, like I said, there's the reason I needed 2. Well, if I was going to make that complicated craft, I figure I might as well do both at the same time. Now let me look for some dirt. I don't have dirt. So there's another easy solution for dirt. It's called cellulose into the machine. No. Is dirt cellulose? No, I think dirt is silicon dioxide. Dirt. Dirt is, yeah, silicon dioxide. Whew, I almost derped on that one. So let's go back upstairs. Do I already have silicon dioxide in here? Yep. Let me take out that recipe now that I've scanned it. It doesn't matter. Put one here and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. I'm going to make more than this because I'm going to want some in my mob farm. So I'm just going to make 32 because once I put it down in a protected manner, it's going to, the cursed earth is going to just expand. I'm going to put 8 around one nether star like this, and you only really need one cursed earth. I'm going to put it in my bag to make sure that I don't burn it by that I don't put it down by mistake, because if it's exposed to light, it catches on fire and basically you lose the cursed earth. And I don't want to have to do this recipe again just because of how expensive it is. So let me put away a couple of things. I don't need this on me. I don't need this. I don't need the ender infused obsidian. And I don't need the B. I'm going to put the boron, not the B, the boron, the B, right in here. Now let's look at the reward bag that we got. So the first one, this is a basic. And another Enderman. Wow. And another filled fuel canister. So nothing good out of there. Not that I'm expecting so much anymore from these. Then the next thing I want to do then is just want to take a quick look at the quest. So we completed 2 quests. So this quest line, Frit, we're missing the how much cobble, the quintuple compressed cobble, and we're missing the roly-poly. And the poly tool is basically, if I remember, it's 4 stack of carbon nanotube. Poly tool. Yeah, it's 4 stack of carbon nanotube, and I think that I already have 2 stacks. Let me check in here. 16 empty tubes. Not here. Oh. And in here, yeah, I have 2 stacks here, and each stack is 4 stacks of carbon. So basically, wow, I'm still missing a lot of carbon, so I'm not really ready to do this. I thought I was close enough. Oh, and see more coal powder here. Thought I was getting close enough to be able to do this. But I could burn all of that coal down, but it's not the best solution. We do have a ton of cellulose, though, so let me look at the cellulose. If I look at, oh, yes. Let me take a, oh, not one, a stack. So cellulose is 6C. So this is basically going to give me 6 stack of carbon. And I need how many? It's 1 stack per. So let me make a quick calculation. If it's 1 stack per, I'm going to start my calculator right now. I need 2 stacks of carbon nanotube. So that's 128 nanotube. Well, not on 128 because I have some already, but let me check what 128 means. 128 stacks of carbon. No, it's more than that. 128 times 4, it's 512 stack. And if I can do 6 stack per cellulose, so let me divide this by 6, I need 85 stacks of cellulose. So I do have enough cellulose, but I'm going to have to set up an automated, I'm going to need an automated setup to do that because it's going to take so long doing all this. And let's just grab one again. Don't forget, it's going to craft me 10 H and 5 oxygen also. So it's not like it's a very lightweight process. So I'm going to look up for setting that in the next 2 or 3 episodes, because now that I have my cursed earth, I really want the next episode to be about setting up our mob farm, because I want to create the soul binder. And if I look at the soul binder right here, I'm going to need some head. And I already have an enderman head, I already have a creeper head, but I don't have either a zombie or a skeleton skull. So by having a mob farm, I should be able to get these fairly quickly by using some diamond spike. Well, that's the other thing I wanted to craft. I want to craft some diamond spike. And if you look at diamond spikes, The recipe is very simple, so I'm not going to put it on the screen. I'm just going to show it to you like here. For 4 diamond spike, we need 3 diamond sword and 1 block of diamond. And 3 golden spike. The golden spike, those are the problem. They need 1 block of gold, 3 gold sword, and 3 magical wood. But magical wood is really not that much of a problem. What we need for magical wood is a couple of books. So, because we need to make a bookcase, let me look at the recipe again. Diamond to gold to magical wood. So I need a bookcase, so 3 book. And I need 4 magical book. So 4 magical book is going to be 4, 5, 6, 7 book. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm going to grab all of that and make some paper. I'm going to need 3 paper per. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Like so. Take the leather, make all the book, put the book like this with the... You know what? I'm not going to take a chance. I think that I could get away with making it out of jungle wood, but I really don't want to take any chance with this craft. So I'm going to do this like that and put the book like this. I'm going to make a regular one. Now for the 4 book, I'm going to need some emeralds. And I have 2 stacks of emerald. And if you look at what emeralds are used for, they're used for storage module tablet that I'm not ready to do now, ritual diviner that I'm not going to do, sonic screwdriver, but that's only 1, I don't need it now, village highlighter, peaceful table, reinforce this, reinforce that, don't really need any. So vibrant crystal, not going to need so much. Player core, like see, nothing that's very in demand right now. So I don't mind using the maximum. Here's what I'm going to do. When you put the book like this and the emerald like that, you get a flim flam level 4. Is it like this too? Is there? Oh no, flim flam level 4 is the highest level if I remember. Oh no, there's supposed to be a level 4. Ugh! That's not what I wanted to do. So let me look at making the flim flam again. I don't remember the recipe for the flim flam level 4. Oh, it's full. So what do I do now? I think I kind of screwed up just a little bit. I'm going to make another book because I don't want to use the flim flam level 3. The reason for that, it's really simple. I don't want to make magical wood often. The highest level of enchantment book you use, the highest result you get, the highest number of magical wood you get. So I'm going to make 1 more book, because I prefer having wasted a little bit of emerald than having wasted magical book. So 1 book and emerald like this, and let's get another level 4 flim flam. Now I need 4 gold, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I'm really out of gold, so I'm not even going to be able to complete this, unfortunately. I'm going to flim flam 4, flim flam 4, flim flam 4, what a nice name, flim flam 4, and 30 magical wood. So the lower level would have been 27, and then I think it's 24, and then I think it's 21 or something like that. But now I have 30. I'm going to have what I need for all of the craft that I want to do. Let's go downstairs, look at our resource processing, and this is empty. Wait, what? Both of these are empty. And this, it got jammed again with some powder, I'm sure, and I'm not happy about this. Yeah, it got jammed with some tin powder. I don't know how that happens once in a while, and it's really annoying. So I'm going to put the gold next and the gold sand next, so that hopefully it's going to go directly from one to the other. And you know what? I'm going to grab half a stack and just do this to accelerate the process. And then, yeah, it's getting the gold ore sand. So whatever gold ore sand it's going to generate is immediately going to go into that. Gold in here and iron ore sand in here. So I'm going to get the more gold that I was looking for. But darn that stupid dust getting stuck in there once in a while. I really don't know how it's happening. I hate this bug. That scared the bejesus out of me. Okay, so sorry, what was I saying? I want some gold, and I need basically 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 16 gold to be able to continue. In the meantime, I'm going to make the gold, the diamond stuff. So I need 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 diamonds. So let's grab the 15 diamond, like so. We're going to make a diamond block. like so. And then we're going to make a couple of diamond sword, like so. So now we have the 3 diamond sword. We only need the 3 gold sword and the gold block. And come on, give me my gold. I'm just going to go downstairs and look into making sure that this is really what's being prioritized. Yeah, the gold is really being prioritized. What's being cooking first? Oh, there's 15 tin ore dust and 1. Okay, so I'm going to get some gold ore dust, and I'm going to put the gold ore dust in here instead. And I'm just going to wait for a little bit more to get made. I'm going to put the gold ore sand in here. And I'm going to replace the tin with the, how much gold ore dust do I have? 5. And I have 3 gold upstairs, so that's 8. I still need a couple more, unfortunately. So let me wait a bit more on this gold ore sand. Let me just put right here. I wish this machine was going faster, because I really, really want to finish that craft today. And 8, 9, 10, 11, that's still not enough. 9, and some more gold ore sand and gold ore gravel that I'm going to put in here, which, like, I'm really coming to the conclusion I need to fix this. As part of this time lapse, I'm going to fix this for sure. It's too much of a hassle not having my resource producing and getting gemmed without me seeing. And that's going to be 12 gold ore dust, 13. Okay, we're good enough. Let's remove the 10 ore dust from here and put everything back into this processing place. Oh, look at my iron, 64, 64, 64, 64. Yeah, I'm really not having a resource problem other than the fact that I'm not getting my resources. Because if I was getting my resources, I would be all good. Let me go change my oxygen tank and I'll come right back. Right here, 1, 2, going to replace both of them. I love the setup. It's a really dumb, easy setup, but the fact that I can just throw it in here, and once I make a player interface something, let me just show you what I'm talking about. I don't remember if that worked, but I think that if you make a player interface, you can change things in your hotbar. So I could have the oxygen tank in my hotbar, and I would be able to connect this back there to my oxygen system, and it would just refill and replace my tank in my hotbar. So when I needed it, I could just go and switch them like that. Okay, I was waiting on the gold. How's the gold looking? I'm going to create the 3 sword right now. 3 sword, like so. And now I just need the gold block. So for this is when you're waiting for something, it's always so slow. It's a question of watch pot, or in this case, watch resource not cooking fast enough. Oh, I'm going to still leave 1 here. I'm going to bring these 2 upstairs to cook upstairs, because if I'm cooking in 2 places, it's going to go faster. And I'm going to put the binders back in there. I made a crap ton of binder last time. I don't know that I needed so much. So 7 gold, and when these 2 are cooked, I'm going to have all the gold I needed. I'm going to be able to finish my diamond spike. Come on, give it to me. Gold spike, perfect. So let me make my gold block. And now let me R-click on a golden sword. 4 golden spike. Let me R-click on the diamond sword. Oh, no, R-click on the diamond sword, and this is going to give me the diamond spike. The reason you want the diamond spike, well, other than there being the best, the diamond spike gives you the drop same as a player drop. So basically it's going to give me head, it's going to give me all of the best mob drop that I can get. So for my mob farm, the other thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to have to push my mob on my diamond spike. So I'm going to need some fan. These open block fans. So for these I need some stone slab, some iron bar, and some iron ingot. And I think I'm just going to need to build like 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe 5 of these. So let me look into building 5 of these. Do I have 5 slab of stone? Nope. Nope, not right here. So I'm going to make some. 1, 2, 3. So I'm going to make 6 fan. Might as well. If I'm going to get 6 slab, might as well make 6 fan. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to get 1 more iron. Why? Because I need the iron bar. How do you get iron bar? By decomposing this. Oh, that's not going to be enough, is it? Oh, I already had some. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. How much does that give me? 3. So not enough. Let me decompose another iron. Hopefully that's going to be enough. I don't think it's even going to be enough. And 6, yeah, so it's enough. I'm just going to grab my 6th iron right now, and I'm going to make the 6th fan, and I'm going to show you quickly how they work. It's a very simple thing. So all you need is a redstone torch, like so. And if I put the fan right here, like so, now it's not working. See, it's not pushing me. If I put a redstone torch next to it, it starts working and it pushes me. Doesn't push hard, but with passive mob, you don't really need it to push hard. But look how far it pushes. So when I do my mob farm, I'll be able to do like a 16, a 4x4, and I'll just put some fan in the corners, and you can orient those. Let me just break let me break it down, and I'll show you what I mean. Make sure I'm in single block. You can orient those like this. See, I can make it like this. If I put it like this and I put 1 here and then I put a torch in between, it's going to be pushing me back and to the right. So imagine a 1, 2, 3, 4, 4x4. I could have 1 here, 1 in the corner there, 1 in the corner there, and it would push the mob here onto some diamond spike and kill them. So that's the plan right there. It's going to be that simple. The other thing I'm going to need for my mob farm though is I'm going to need some dark glass because I want to be able to see into my mob farm. If we look at dark glass again, I'm not going to make reinforced dark glass for this one. It doesn't really matter. So I'm going to need some more thickened glass, and I'm going to need some more blackout curtain. And if you remember in the last episode, I was derping with missing string and needing string and waiting for string. But when I search all of these, look at what I found. I had 5 stacks of string. So I didn't really need to waste all of that time derping around with string. So I'm just going to make 16 wool, and that's 12 blackout curtain, and another 12, that's 24 blackout curtain. I'm going to put the wool aside. So I need the blackout curtain. So with 24 divided by 4, that's 6, 12, yeah, 6. So I'm going to make 6 craft of dark glass. So I'm going to need 6 times 5 thickened glass. So that's 30, which means the thickened glass, if you remember, it's 2 sand and 2 glass. So I'm going to need a lot more glass. Let me just grab, oh, I don't know why I grabbed 2 stacks. I'm going to put them back. Let me just do this, and I'm going to make my glass the old-fashioned way. I don't want to waste any obsidian, although it's a question of speed. I'm going to get my sand this way. See, I don't have enough cobblestone. Oh, this is finished already? Yes, it is. Perfect. So let's put that back on obsidian. Let me grab this and make sure I'm on single block. I'm so obsessed with being careful with this now that every time I'm checking if I'm in the right mode. And if I put this in here, it's going to start crafting a ton of obsidian. So the obsidian's not going to be a problem. Let's put that back in my bag. And 29, 30. See how much lava I have. Shouldn't be a problem. So I'm just waiting on the sand right now. I'm going to need 30 sand. And you know what? This is going to give me all the sand that I want. So I might as well, in the meantime, put sand in here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to break the coal down into fuel pellets and put it back in here. I'm going to get rid of both of these things. And I don't even know where these huge cobblestone tiles are coming from. Seem to be grabbing some left and right whenever I'm doing things around the base. And I'm waiting for my glass. I'm still waiting for my sand. So while I'm waiting for all of that, I want to put the mob farm back here as a backdrop to this. Okay, so I'm just going to come and open up things right here. Oh, this is so beautiful. I didn't know it was going to be this nice. I don't know if you're noticing, but nothing's falling on the ground with this item magnet. It's just wonderful. Thing goes immediately into my inventory. And you know what? this is bringing me to another thing I wanted to talk about. I'm going to need to get rid of all of this. But before I leave, let's make sure that it's lighted up properly. It would be really bad if I came back upstairs to a mob-filled room. So I'm going to go back downstairs to get rid of the rock, because I think the sieve stopped working. Yeah, stopped working again. So let's put the rock in here. Then I'll go back upstairs. I'm going to grab the dirt barrel. The reason I'm going to grab the dirt barrel is that I'm always needing to put some dirt away, and I find that the dirt's just too far because I'm always digging around this corner. So I'm going to bring it right here. Perfect, like so. And then I'm just going to collect everything and throw it in there easily. So the other tip and trick I wanted to talk about. It's a combined tip and trick from both Sounding Fiber 64, Creator Aid, and Duncan. And basically, the reason I say like it's a combined trick from a lot of you people is that this pack, some person told me that I should be lighting up my base more. Some person told me that I should be making, some person said that I could use glowstone blocks, like actually a 4x4 glowstone block to put around if I didn't like having the torch on the ground. Someone said a different trick that I could actually remember that there's remember when I made my door back there, what's it called, builder's block, I think? No, let me just do R on a stick. When you do R on a stick, you get way too much stuff. Can I quickly zoom through? Oh, right here, I passed it. These, no, that's scaffolding. I don't remember the name. Oh, here, these, carpenter's block. So you do carpenter's block like this. You go carpenter block around a what's it called? Around a plank. Going to need one more of this. Can I make them out of jungle wood? I don't know. I'm going to try that right now. Yes. Okay, so here's the beauty of this. I want to make my floor out of big cobblestone tile like I was doing already. You know what? I'm going to make the floor out of large cobblestone this time. I'm going to grab some glowstone because here's something I want to show you. If I come back here and I break the floor like so, I can put carpenter's block. Okay, I'm not going to put a carpenter's block right now. I'm going to go like this and do my around, and I want to have one light right here. So I'm not going to put this right here. I'm just going to continue building my floor, and then I can put a carpenter's block in here, and I can right click with a cobblestone block. So look, it looks like a normal floor block. And the reason I changed from the large cobblestone is that the large cobblestone don't have a border. These have natural border. But this one's a carpenter block. So I can right click, shift right click, a glowstone, and voila. So I have magically lighting floor. That's why I wanted to do this. So I'm going to break this and quickly, I wasn't quick enough, that hurts. And then I can just do that all around my base. So I'm going to be changing in one of the coming time lapse. I'm going to be changing all of my floors to these blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Going to put one right here, like so. One in the center. Shift right click glowstone dust in it. And that's the beauty of carpenter's block. I can't believe I had completely forgotten about this trick. It's really, and the fact that people told me, oh, if you do this, or if you do that, and if, oh, did you do that? I was like, oh, if I take all of these and put them together, then I get a better solution that I'm more happy with. The other thing that I can do for lighting, which is the last thing I'm going to show you, is I completely forgot about these, is it Galactic Craft torch something? Floodlight. And that's a tip and trick from Duncan Webb. So those floodlight from Router Reborn. I need some torches and a glowstone. So let me just go and make one of them. So if I take 2 carbon like this with the stick, it's going to make 8 torches, and then I just need to put the 8 8 torches around 1 glowstone dust, like this. Oh! What? No, I need the Minecraft torch. How do I make the Minecraft torch again? I'm kind of confused now. I thought that when I did the RR pickaxe, this wasn't the problem. Maybe if I use the charcoal instead? Or maybe it's because they went in my inventory. This is going to make Minecraft torch. I'm just going to put them right in here immediately. And do this and get my floodlight. Perfect. So the floodlight, here's what the floodlight do. Okay. I'm going to break this right. Oh, make sure I'm in single block. Break this and put, voila, torchlight. It doesn't need any power, it doesn't need anything, and look at the range that it's doing. So putting a couple of these in the same pattern basically as the floor. If I put one in every 4, I'm going to be able to light everything. For the floor, I'm still going to go with these blocks for 2 reasons. It's also going to light the underground. So there's no reason for me to put floodlights at the bottom. But for the top part here, I'm going to put floodlight. So I'm going to be able to remove all of these glowstone torches that I'm tired of seeing everywhere. I'm just going to make a pattern of floodlight because they're not that expensive. So that's everything I wanted to show you today, guys. So I have everything to make my mob farm, and that's what I'm going to do. In the time lapse, I'm just going to finish digging all of this back here, and I'm going to make a mob farm back here, protected by the blackout, the dark glass. Sorry, wow. And there's going to be a nice mob farm behind there. And the reason I'm going to put it further a bit behind there is that I'm always working around here. So I'm going to be far away and close enough. So far away that mobs spawn, but close enough that I can see them and I can see my resource. And I'm going to put some barrels upstairs so I can easily count what resources I'm getting. And this is going to be the start of my mob farm, and I'm going to upgrade it with a Killer Joe at some point later once I have my head and I can craft everything else that I want. So my biggest accomplishment today, it's really a multiple factor, but the fact that I have a Nether star is a pretty big one. So I'm going to just end on looking at my back wall here and my floor and going into my inventory and showing you that I have Nether stars creation done, diamond spike, and everything to start making my mob farm. So that's what I'm going to be doing in the time lapse. So guys, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next episode. Bye now.